Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of an art review for a time-lapse video that I've done. If you're new here, my name is Miguel, and apart from the time-lapse videos and art challenges, we also have art reviews. So in this episode, I will be reviewing a time-lapse of a Will of the Wisp, a supernatural creature that originated from Ireland and the rest of England. So let's get right to it. So in Scottish, Irish, as well as English folklore, the Will of the Wisp is essentially an orb of light that could be a spirit or some kind of creature that resides in marshes and swamp areas, in forests, and many different versions have been made throughout pop culture media. And so in my version, I wanted to have a more collective hive mind kind of creature with these wisps. I came to more like a gelatin approach where they're kind of like jelly, balloon kind of creatures. I made them look kind of cute because I think that the fact that it's just an orb, you know, it kind of has this sort of innocent feeling to them. It doesn't look as threatening, and so it would be natural to have a more cute approach. But I kind of added a bit of like a creep factor, and what's really good with these kind of creatures is there's so many ways to be creative with them. And so for me, I try to add as much more detail, and I didn't just want to make one because they have a very aformal body structure. They could kind of morph into anything, so why not make multiples of them? Another good tip in terms of presenting your version of a creature is if they look simple, you may as well make multiples of them. So in this case, I've made many different heads. They're just kind of morphing, separating, disintegrating, having that sense of like they're kind of like a fleeting nature. They could be anywhere at any time at once. So I add a much more like a loose brush strokes to give it a fiery effect, since they are spirits after all. And with the color scheme, it's very calm and innocent and cool. So I use a lot of blues and turquoise for the colors. And for the eyes, they're just emanating a glowy effect. So there's not much line art required for the eyes. I just kind of give splotches of light and just add in a bit of glow. So for the background, I have a sort of just a bunch of clouds, loose clouds, and have this aurora lighting in the back. And this time I'm using a lot of glow, and that's like a major part of drawing a Will of the Wisp is the glowy effect. You don't want to forget about that when you're drawing a Will of the Wisp. They are spirits after all. As the finishing touch, just adding details of like stars in the back, giving that sense of a backdrop, like they're outside. And there's like a lot of space and dimension to them, to the, you know, when you're presenting a piece like that. So I hope you enjoy that time lapse of the Will of the Wisp. So let me know in the comments what you think, and be sure to look and check out the rest of our time lapse videos and art reviews and art challenges. So until next time, I hope you stick around, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.